Let's get more on this with TRT World Editor-at-Large Ahmed Al-Burai, who's live for us out of Istanbul. So, Ahmed, what does this mean for Operation Olive Branch? Is it going to move east to Manbij after it finishes with Afrin, or is it going to turn towards Iraq?
Well, surely, as a matter of fact, it's just the first phase. Afrin was the first destination for the Turkish army to clear its border, as the president repeatedly reiterated that Turkey is adamantly insisting to continue with the operation and to clear all the border from the YPG elements, whether inside Afrin or in the west of the Euphrates River in Manbij enclave, which could be the second enclave that Turkey is going to clear very soon. And it's another option that Turkey goes ahead simultaneously with the operation in Sinjar in northern Iran, in northern Iraq, sorry. So it doesn't make any problem for the Turkish army to continue with this, as far as they're on the same page with the Iranians and the Russians. The only problem that a NATO ally in Washington is not on board with this operation. That could complicate the things if Washington decided to go ahead with more decisive measures in Manbij, because we know there is a military hardware on the soils of Manbij that could complicate things for Ankara if it decides to go ahead with the operation in Manbij.
So if Operation Olive Branch continues, it looks like there's going to be a number of issues between Turkey and its partners on the ground, Iran and Russia, but also with the US if it goes into Manbij.
Of course, the problem now is with the United States, with the change of the Secretary General. Everybody, the Secretary of State, everybody was very optimistic that on the 19th, today, was a meeting between Rex Tillerson and Çavuşoğlu to go ahead with the agreements they had struck back in February, when they agreed to continue with the communication channel, trying to diffuse the tension between the two allies. But with the departure of Rex Tillerson, it seems that Ankara is not on the same page with Washington when it comes to the situation here in the Operation Olive Branch. And as far as the Turkish army is concerned, they're going to go ahead regardless of the change of the strategy in Washington, because it is, again, an existential threat to Turkey, and they will go regardless of any kind of backing down in terms of the Washington policy. As I told you, the problem is, once again, Washington is not so clear when it comes to their policy. The change of the Rex Tillerson does mean a kind of a change in the policy for the people here in Ankara, but we need to wait and see how this is going to play out in the coming few days.
And Ahmed, if Turkey goes into northern Iraq, how is Baghdad likely to react to that?
Baghdad is on the same page, it seems, as what we're hearing from the president here, that he is asking the Baghdadi government to go ahead with the operation and try to clear its soils from the PKK, because it's the safe haven. It's, in terms of the logistic, it's a main hub for the corridor of the Kurdish fighters, or the YPG, the Kurdish militias, and that's why the Turkey is very adamant to go ahead with the operation in Sinjar, because in case the Sinjar haven is still safe and intact, that would constitute a kind of a backyard haven to the affiliates inside Syria, and Turkey cannot accept that to continue. And that's why it's very clear that Erdogan, the president here in Turkey, is insisting to go ahead with this, whether the cooperation with Baghdad, or in case they're incapable of doing this, Turkey is unilaterally going to embark on another operation, the same as Olive Branch, inside the Iraqi country.
Ahmed, thank you very much indeed for that. TRT World's Editor-at-Large there, Ahmed Al-Burai.